We are live. Woo! It is that time. It is Sunday night, and welcome to Mirror Mirror. This is a place where we have those raw, those real, those unfiltered conversations. I am Kimberly Washington. I am your host, and I am super excited for everybody to be tuned in. I'm going to give a few minutes for everybody to come in and then we'll get started. Well, I always lie to y'all and say I'm going to give y'all a few minutes and then I get so excited and I just start talking. And tonight is probably going to be the same way. So I'm going to see. Let's see. We're going to give it about 30 seconds and then we're going to go ahead and jump into it and then you just get in where you fall in. Okay. All right. I did lie. I said 30 seconds, but I can't wait. Hey, LaShaka. Hey, BB. How y'all doing? I just told them I was giving a few minutes for people to come in, but that never works with me. I always get so excited and I jump right on in. So that's what I'm about to do. We're gonna get started. Like I said, this is a space where we be raw, we real, and we have those unfiltered, transparent conversations. Hey Charlotte. Um, this is what I want to say about Mirror Mirror. I know we always talk about women telling their story. And it is. It's about a space where women can come and tell their stories, but it's also a space where women talk about the transformation. Everybody's transformations looks different. No two are the same, but it's about their story. It's about becoming. Hey, Constance. I'm sorry, Miss Dorsey. Hey, T. So tonight, you guys, I'm so excited. I have the pleasure of sharing the stage with a beautiful young woman. When I reached out to her, I wanted to know, I said, well, where are you in your life? If you had to get it a title, what would the title be? She said, there's beauty in becoming. And you guys, I absolutely love that because that speaks to her journey. You know, it may not have been beautiful before, but it's definitely beautiful now. So, you guys, I'm not going to prolong it because I'm excited, but I'm going to bring to the stage, you guys, I'm introducing to some Miss Brianna Harrison. Hey, Bree girl.
Hey.
Hey, I'm so excited for you to be tonight. We have had the best conversations and I want everybody to be able to hear what I would had the pleasure of hearing when it comes to you. So before I get started, because I've been known to get a little ahead of myself, I
Mhm.
want you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Brianna Harrison. I'm 24 and I'm from Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Okay, so Bree, without going into a lot of detail, because we're gonna get into it, just kind of tell us where you are in your life, what you do, what you got going on.
Um, I work in law enforcement. I'm in the military part-time, National Guard, and I'm living. I like to travel. I like to do I just like to enjoy life. I don't want to spend time like down or depressed or sad or stuck in anything. I just like to enjoy the life that I have that I am blessed with. So yeah, that's what I like to do.
And it shows because one of the things I told you, I said, Brie, I really admire you because not only do you live life out loud, you live your life in color.
Mhm.
Like if there's any gray areas, we can't see them because you're so bold, you're so
Mhm.
vibrant, and you're so courageous. And I love that about you.
Thank
But I also know you when you were in high school.
you.
That's how far we go back.
Way back.
And I asked you, did you remember the sisterhood mentoring group that we had? So
Hmm.
that's how far that was way back in 2011,
Hmm.
2010, 2011. So that's been some years ago.
Yeah.
But when you titled your life, you said there's beauty in becoming.
Hmm.
Did you always feel or see the beauty in your life?
No. I didn't. I got that title because okay, one beauty. Let's start off with beauty. It's beauty and becoming. Um, I feel like my life wasn't always pretty. It was it was some pain in it. It was some struggle. It was poverty. It was a lot of it was some dark days in it, but I feel like the pain and all the struggles and hard times, it was purpose in it. It was purpose in the pain and in the all of that. So that's what makes it beautiful because it was purpose in it. So that's what makes it beautiful, and that's where I got that word from. And becoming is like a journey, a process. You don't stay in it when you become. You're becoming into something, into a different state. You're transitioning. So the beauty, pain, purpose in the pain, that makes it beautiful. And becoming, I didn't stay in it. I didn't let poverty define me. I didn't let um like my struggles that I struggled with define me. I didn't let that make me stay in it. I used it, becoming beauty and becoming.
I absolutely love that. What you didn't know or what you don't know is I have an anchor word. And an anchor word is just a word that no matter what goes on in your life, this word will take you back and kind of remind you of why you are where you are. My anchor
Mhm,
word is becoming. And no
mhm,
matter what I go through, it reminds me that this is all part of the
mhm.
journey. You know,
Yeah.
this is part of the process. You have to go through it. It doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good, but you know, you have to go through it.
Mhm.
So, kind of take us to how you got here to this beautiful space. Talk about a time when you said it wasn't always beautiful. Talk about a time when it wasn't always beautiful.
Um, when when I was little, I used to be so angry. I used to be so angry. My anger came from like my mama didn't raise me. My mama was on drugs, but she was laced at she went out to an outing, and I think I was like I was still a baby. I wasn't more than one. And so she had went to an outing and she ended up getting laced, and so after that, like she was just never the same. Like she was on drugs, in and out of jail and things like that. And my daddy, he was in and out of jail as well. So he wasn't always around, but he was, he was going through doing what he was doing. And I was so angry because I'm just like that, like those are your parents, like y'all supposed to be here. I didn't ask to be here. Like it was so many times like I would cry, like I would cry and I would scream, and I'm just like, I didn't ask to be here. Like y'all brought me here. I didn't ask to be here. And I was so angry and mad at her and my mama, and it's just like I had to forgive. I had to let that hurt go. I had to. And once I start like reading the Bible and talking to God and stuff, and it's just like I'm talking to God, and God telling me to look at myself like, you need to, like, I was so mad at my mom. I'm just like, how could she do this and this and this? And I'm talking to God. But like when you feel something, and like when you talking to God and when you read the Bible and stuff, like God will talk to you back in that Bible, in his word. And so it's just like I'm mad at her. And he telling me, how can you be mad at her? How can you not forgive her when you want me to forgive you? How can you just be like, how can you do that, Brianna? And like I'm just like, you know, you're right. You're right. I can't do that. So like I forgave her. I let the hurt go, and then it's just once you let go that hurt, it's you see a bigger picture, and that's what I did. I just let it go because it get heavy when you want to hold on to all that hurt, all that pain. It's draining. So I just chose to let it go.
You know, first of all, God has a way of he has a way of holding that mirror up. Cause we'll go
Yes.
to him sometime and be like, they
Yes.
did this, they did that, and there go that mirror. And he was like, well,
Yeah.
what did you do? Or what
Yeah.
part did you play?
Hmm.
And it that to me, that's the beginning of learning to, first of all, it brings a level of self-awareness, but it
Hmm.
also gets you to the point where you can start taking accountability for you.
Yeah.
And one of the comments that popped up when you were talking it says forgiveness is not for you, it's for them. And
Mm-hmm.
that's absolutely true. And on my healing journey, I learned that when you don't forgive, you become the person that hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, and I think that speaks to cycles, that speaks to
Yeah.
behavior, your heart posture. You become that person. So you didn't grow up with a dad, you didn't grow up with your mom, so who raised you?
Um, my grandma raised me, and me and my grandma close. Me and my grandma real close. I love my grandma. She loved me. She loved me. And but my mama got a lot of kids, and every like she would have kids, but my grandma would have to take them in. And my sister, she actually is adopted by my godparents. So my sister was adopted. So and my grandma had all the other kids, and then another child is with my auntie, and so I'm the oldest. So it's just like all these kids come in. My grandma got to raise all these kids. She got all these kids, and she got her kids, but she raising her grandkids too. Her kids, it she had a lot. She was pulled in different areas. So it's just like I couldn't always get the attention I needed or raised how most other kids are raised. So I had to like I figured it out as I got older. Like it was times I was in high school. I could go spend the night at somebody's house or my friend's house or any like I could just go and I could be gone, but she wouldn't call or see where I was. It's just like she I feel like how when people be like, that person's so strong, they could handle, they could so it's just like she saw me as strong. So it's just like she didn't worry about me as much because it's just like, okay, she's strong, she got it. So it just gave it like not abandoned, but it was just like, okay, she's strong, she got it. So it's just I raised myself to a certain extent, but my grandma did when I was little. But then when I got older, I just started figuring it out myself.
Wow. And so through going through high school, how did that affect you? Because you said, I know you said you saw like the other kids and everything that glitter isn't gold,
Hmm.
but you just saw they have the mama or they have the daddy or they have the mama and the daddy. So did you
Hmm.
gravitate to those specific people or you just stay within your circle? Like, was it somebody that or people that pulled on you a little bit more that you was like, I admired that about them? Or it's just like I'm solid in my network of friends to where, I'm kind of good.
Yeah, I had a good friend group. Like the friends that I had, we we just like I cheered in high school, so we do sports together, and that's how I met like my friends. I got like three best friends from high school, so it was just like we just became friends, and then we just it was just tight.
So was there ever a point where you sat down and you said, because you when I look at you compared to a lot of most young people, and I must say, I know y'all excuse me, my eyes are running, my allergies are acting up. I must say, you have a pretty dope friend group.
Hmm.
The ones that I know from high school, and all of you guys in your own right are successful, and you guys are doing your thing. And then when I see young women doing that, I admire them so much.
Hmm.
Because I know the adversity, I kind of know the pressures that you're faced with in society. Y'all don't have the same pressures we had. I don't
Hmm.
know if I would be the woman that I am today if I had to grow up in these times,
Yeah.
because I'd be looking at some young people and be like, wow, but
Hmm.
it's like, did you know? Like, I have my life all planned out for me. Like that drive. We talked about you having a drive. Like, where
Hmm.
did that drive come from? Did you kind of already know the path you were gonna take, or you just know that I'm gonna make it regardless?
Yeah, I did not know the path I was gonna take in life. I just knew that I was gonna be something. Like I just knew um I'm gonna do something great, but I don't know what it is yet. But I'm I'm not gonna be like everybody else. You know how some people have role models. I didn't. I had models to I had models to tell me, okay, I don't want to be like this. I had those type of examples. It
Yeah,
wasn't like I just knew what I didn't want to be like, and so I just used that because it's just like I don't, I don't want to be like that. So
that's
it's just
good
I used that.
to be like kind of the driving force.
Yes, I use that as my drive. I know I don't want to be poor. I know I don't want to. I don't want to be staying with my grandma when I'm 40. I don't want to be on drugs. I don't want to use people. I don't want to. I don't want to be the borrower of money. I don't. I wanted. I didn't want to be all those things. I didn't want to be angry. I didn't want to be old and bitter. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be those things. So I just took that. Okay, I'm not gonna be like that, and I just used it to light a fire by my butt and just set me off.
That's good. I love that. I think that is I think that's a gift.
Mhm.
And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people become a product of their environment because
Mhm.
they don't know how to get out.
Mhm.
Because I mean, typically you see this and because of this is the culture you're raised in, this is
Mhm.
the environment you're raised in, it kind of generational curses.
Mhm.
you know, you kind of take that same pattern. It may not be to that degree, but
Mhm.
if you don't learn to do better, then you become, what you
Yeah.
grew up in or what you know. You do what you know. But you were the opposite. You said this doesn't reflect me. When
Mhm.
I look in the mirror, I don't see poverty.
Mhm.
I don't see brokenness. I don't see anger. I don't see drugs. That's not who I see. So, God, when you call my name, that's not what you called me. So,
Mhm.
I'm going to chase after your voice because in your voice, listening to your voice, I know that I'm going to find myself.
Yeah.
So, in high school, you're cheering. That had to be hard because it's like, okay, I got to pay for college. There's a
Mhm.
desire to go to college. I got to pay for college. So,
I
what'd you do?
it was I think my junior year, and the army, the people in the National Guard recruiters, they was coming, and then they had the little stand in front of the gym, and they was like, "We'll pay for your college. Come on, just sign up. We'll pay for your college. You got a lot of benefits." And they was just talking. So I was just like, I want to go to college, and I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it. So he said it go pay for my college. So I'm gonna try this out. So I signed up. I did that process, and I um I enlisted in the military when I was a junior, and then I started going to the drills every weekend until after I graduated. Then that's when I went to basic training, and when I came back from basic training, I bought my first cash car and I started college. I started college that following semester.
Wow. So do you think entering the military was kind of like that's what kind of changed the trajectory of your life?
Hmm.
Because
Yes.
now, you got an opportunity to go and be away from home.
Hmm.
You're away from home, and I got an opportunity to be away from the things that I said I wasn't. So now I can reinvent this woman that I want to be.
Hmm.
And then you joined the military, which gave you financially, it kind of
Hmm.
gave you a
Yeah.
stability because that's something you said you wanted. It paid for college. That's something you said you wanted. So now, I'm looking in the mirror. I'm loving this because now I see life. I see, a light
Hmm.
shining, and that's the light I'm chasing after. But then sometimes life still be life, man.
Hmm.
So not even though you knew you didn't want to, live in poverty, you knew all these things that you knew that you didn't want to be, but at the
Hmm.
same time, that does not mean you knew who you were.
Yeah. Correct.
So daddy wasn't there to show you, mama wasn't there to show you, grandma did the best that she could. Talk about the relationships that you had with, with men because
Hmm.
you didn't have an example there either, right?
No.
So how did you choose?
Uh, when I don't know, I had a poor relationship with men. I feel like I was in high school. I lost my virginity in when I was the summer of me going into 10th grade. I lost my virginity to an older guy. And it's like after that, it's like I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what love was. I didn't know how a man's supposed to love me. I didn't know how a man's supposed to treat me. I didn't know how a man was supposed to talk to me. I didn't. I didn't know none of that. And I start looking for love in men. Like, okay, I want to be loved. I want to feel something. I want to just I want something. And so I started looking for it in men or sex, and it's it continued. It was like a cycle. And then that's when I feel like raise a child, what it says, like raise a child up in the way he should go, and if he goes astray, he'll always come back. And so my grandma took me to church when I was little, and we grew up in a church, and it's like, okay, I went astray. I don't know what love is. I'm looking for it in all these men. I don't know, but when I got tired of it. I got tired of feeling empty because I was still empty. I never felt full after sex or anything like that. So I went back, I went back to it. Raised in the church, left the church. I'm gonna do my own thing because I'm figured out. I do my own thing. So I went straight. Then okay, nothing filling me up. Go back. So I start going back to church, reading the word, and that's when I start realizing the love that God had for me, and I start reading, and so it's just like, okay, God says this is love, but I know this what I'm doing. This ain't love, and so I start learning, and He started working in me, and I start feeling His love, and as I just got to a point where it's just like I don't need that. I don't want that. It's not filling me up. I don't this actually is filling me up. God's filling me up. And once once he taught me how to love and how he loved me, then I just start opening my eyes and like I don't want to deal with this no more. I don't have to put up with that. That's not I'm worth so much more than that. I don't have to. And some people are like try to put you back like, okay, you did this. You not worthy. I'm oh my goodness. I was in a relationship with this man, and when we would argue, like he would cheat on me and stuff. And this there was one time we was arguing, and this man told me, no one will ever want you. I don't even know why I'm with you. No one wants you. You're not worthy of, you don't deserve this. And and it was a point I believed it. I believed that. Like I believed I wasn't worthy of a good man. I believed I wasn't worthy to be loved. But God told me I was. He showed me I was. And so I got out of that, and I have a way better judgment on men and how to love and like know what I deserve and know that I am worthy.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful because, first of all, I just want to take a moment to commend you. So I don't know at this point if this my eyes right or if I'm crying. Because I just want to take a moment to commend you. You know, you're
Mm-hmm.
24, and this I shared last week. This is a
Mm-hmm.
hard place to sit,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so much freedom in being able to tell your story, knowing that, you know, like I say, when a tree does not eat its own fruit, when we
Mm-hmm.
go through stuff, when we bear our own cross, it's always for somebody else.
Yeah.
And just to see you and to know you, I commend you. You know, I can hear the maturity in your voice. I
Mm-hmm.
can hear the growth in your voice. And I'm inspired right now, you know, just listening to it, even though I know pieces of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want you to know I'm so proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you, and you are enough. You
Mm-hmm.
are needed. Your voice is important. You matter.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you don't have dad to tell you that, you
Yeah.
do. You at 15, by the time I was 15 and going into my sophomore year, I was already pregnant, you know?
Yeah.
So I understand because we look for love in these men. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, I didn't feel pretty. You
Mm-hmm.
know, in high school I didn't feel pretty. So if a
Mhm.
guy told me I was pretty, that just bought him 5 more minutes of my time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm what? Because that's
Yeah.
not something that, I felt. And just to hear it, it felt good. So that, hey,
Mhm.
you got a little bit more of my time now. What else am I?
Yeah.
So now I'm letting this person tell me what I am and what I am not.
Yeah.
So I can totally relate to you. But it also, again, there goes that mirror. It also magnified in me the
Mhm.
things that I personally need to work on. And then I'm like, okay, Kim, you giving people too much power.
Yeah.
This person shouldn't have this much power to come no matter what I went through or what I'm going through. You don't
Mhm.
even know who you are. Look, you don't even know how to treat yourself, let
Yeah.
alone me. So I have to take my power back and dismiss you. What was the turning point in your life to where you was like, enough is enough when it comes to wrong relationships?
Mhm. I if you in a wrong relationship, a bad relationship, I feel like nothing's ever gonna be peaceful. You're never gonna find peace in it. I feel like your life will go up in shambles in flames if you still entertain something that you know is not for you. And um in my life, I was in a bad relationship, and it's like, okay, you got the honeymoon phase, everything good, it's glitz and glamour, and then after that honeymoon phase, and then okay, now people showing their true colors. Okay, true colors are coming out, stuff like this, and you have a choice to leave or you have a choice to stay. And I stayed in it. When I stayed in it, okay, my life, I did go to the military, came back, and I'm freshman in college. I got this going, and I'm doing good. And once you're in something that's not for you, God gonna show you, like, stuff's gonna happen. Which would you want this? Okay, you want this, but you ain't getting this, or you had this. Okay, now everything falling apart, or things will happen in your life, and you're like, why is this happening to me? Like, what's going on? Why is this happening to me? The whole time God has something else for you, but he just can't give it to you yet because you're still in this situation that he told you to get out of. And that's how I was. Like, I'm still in something that I know God don't want for me, but I'm still saying I'm be hard headed because I'm hard headed. I was hard headed, so I'm gonna stay in it. And what I wanted, it's like, dang, why I can't get that? I mean, I why can't I get it? But it's just like, I want to give it to you. I want to give it to you, but I just can't give it to you right now until you let that go. And so it was like that. I got tired of my life not going how I wanted it. And so I let it go. When you get tired of, it's something else for you that you want, and you know that this is what's hindering you, this is what's holding you back from it, and you'll you'll wake up, you'll turn around, and you'll wake up. Once you have to want what you want for yourself more. You have to want what's for you more than what you need instead of what you want. You have to want what you need more than what you want.
Ooh, that's that's pretty heavy.
Mhm.
That's pretty heavy. Because let's sit in that for a moment.
I don't
Because
even know where I got that from. Like,
uh,
it just came.
nah, God gave you to the Holy Spirit gave that to you. I got uneasy a little bit. I'm adjusting my chair. Let's sit in that for a moment because you say you gotta desire what you need more than what you want in order um to be able to move forward.
Yeah.
And to me, when you let things go, that creates capacity.
Hmm.
God said, I can't bless you with nothing else because you don't have room for it. And
Hmm.
not only don't you have room for it, you're not even managing what I gave you properly, you
Yeah.
know. But a lot of women do stay.
Hmm.
I was one of the women that did stay
Hmm.
in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
I was young too. I was very young in my teens. I was 16 being abused. And I stayed because I I thought that's what I was worth. And I thought, and especially every time he would hit me, he would say, I'm doing this because I love you. And I really associated that with love.
Hmm.
But I knew that didn't reflect me, but I still stayed.
Yeah.
So talk to the woman right now that may be in something that she don't desire to be there. She just don't know how to get out. Maybe she's unmotivated. Maybe she just simply do not know how to move forward. What can you tell her? Because you said a mouthful. You said
Mhm.
you have to need more than you want, but you got to unpack that for her. What, elaborate a little bit more and kind of talk to her about it and let her know. First of all, whoever you are, we're with you. We support you. We got
Mhm.
you. But just kind of talk to her a little bit. Tell her what you mean when you say that.
When I say that, it's like, okay, I want to be here. I'm staying because it might be staying because, okay, I don't think I could get another man, or who else go love me, or I'm not I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. I can't. This is all that you're settling in that because you don't know anything else. But you have to you have to know what you need. A person knows what they need. Like a person, I could be. I'm crying. I'm depressed. I'm low. Okay, I know I need to pray. I'm gonna pray. But sometimes, what I don't want to pray, but I know I need to pray. So I need that, but I don't want to. So you have to want what you need more than what you want. Like, it got some fruits in the refrigerator. Fruits in the refrigerator, but it got this pizza with all this grease on it on the counter.
You talking to me now.
I need some vitamins. I need some fruits. But I want this pizza and it's closer anyway. But it's just like, don't pick what's convenient or what's
Mm,
easy access over what you need in the refrigerator.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's real good. And that's what we do. We choose comfort.
Yeah.
We choose, and it comfort doesn't even reflect us.
Mm-mm.
you know it's actually an enemy to growth, an enemy to where we're going. But that is so good. So if you take nothing else from this, she said you have to want what you need more than you want what you want in order to grow. That is good. That is real
Mhm.
good. And to be able to get it at this age, this early, you're definitely on the right track. So we're talking about relationships. I'm gonna give you a word, and you got to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I say this word. Okay?
Okay.
Toxicity.
The first thing that popped up in my head,
Yep.
that man name that we not gonna say.
Okay. All right. So we can't say his name, but you can tell me why. When I said toxicity, you thought about him.
um, I just, you know, toxic. I feel like toxic. Another word for toxic is demonic. And sometimes, like, God use people, devil use people, and sometimes you'll have people around you to monitor you, to make sure to pause you on your assignment. Okay, devil, she got this on her life, but I don't want her to reach this yet. And like, time is valuable. Like, time, we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time. So if I could keep her paused, I could keep this person around her. If I could keep them around her long enough, she's gonna be paused and she's gonna be at a standstill and she won't get to her assignment. So I'm gonna keep her paused as long as I can. I feel like that's what toxic. I feel like that's what it is.
That's good. Cause when you were talking, I started thinking about that fruit. I probably, but that bowl of fruit, and you can have one bad fruit in there, and it'll spoil the whole thing. So
Mhm,
that is absolutely, that's good. Like, and it's not just in relationships with men,
mhm.
friendships,
Friend,
they can
friends.
be toxic
Mhm.
too. So, how do you how do you live your life in a way that you don't attract toxicity anymore? What do you do?
Um, yeah, cause sometimes when you you attract something, you got to do the inner work. Okay, I keep it. I keep getting this. Why every man this, or why every person I'm around, like all my friends, messy. Why are Sometimes you got to do the inner work and be like, okay, well, why am I attracting it? It's something in me that I need to fix.
Yeah,
It's something in me. So
absolutely.
I pray. I do pray, and I'm not the perfect person. I'm not. Cause I know I have my flaws. I know I got an attitude sometimes. I know I got, so it's just like I pray and I'm just like, okay, God, fix. Okay, and I'm a type of person. I take accountability. So it's just like if I'm wrong, okay, I was wrong. I'm wrong. Or if I'm having an interaction with a person, or like an encounter with a person, and something a tip, okay, something off. I don't like this relationship. I don't like who I am, what type of person you bring out of me when I'm around you. I don't like, so it's sometimes it's hard to cut people off, but you, you just gotta do it.
You
So
gotta do it. You gotta do it. Okay, so since we talking about cutting people off, tell me give me two of your non-negotiables. Like whether it's we're gonna do them separate. In a relationship, if I mean you and I, okay, wait, let me backtrack. We talked earlier this week and you said I had good friends that would tell me, I
mhm,
just want to hear it. I didn't listen. So
yeah,
now you're saying I'm able to, before they even tell me, I'm able to take accountability because I'm
mhm,
doing the work. And
yeah,
doing the work is a beautiful thing because
yeah,
now I can self-govern, you know. Now
mhm,
I know better. Now I have discernment. Now, I can listen to that conviction and say, "Hey,
yeah,
you know better." And I can let it go a little sooner. So
yeah,
before it may have taken me, a year to let them
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Now, 3
Now,
months, I pay attention to what Glorilla say.
yeah,
Them red flags be looking green. We be colorblind. I can
yes,
see the flags.
I
They
can see
red
it
now.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So give me two non-negotiables. Like when a guy try to approach you or trying to talk to you, it's like, oh no, I'm listening now. I'm looking, I'm hearing, I'm feeling like I
mhm,
can hear, I can see. This ain't it. Tell me
yeah.
two of it's a no for me.
Uh, was non-negotiables. Okay. Uh, mannerism. You have to have manners. One time, this man, I was out at this lounge. This man was ordering a drink, and he called the waitress a B, and then and out the same mouth, he go turn to me and say, "Hey, how you doing? Can I get to know you?" Like I didn't hear you. You just called this woman a B word. Like you don't even respect other women. I don't like how
Yeah.
you treat other people around. So I look at that, how you treat others and your manners. So that's a non-negotiable for me. If you don't have manners and you don't respect other women, other people around you. And the second one would be uh you gotta have a job. Like if you don't have a job, mm-mm,
Period.
you don't have a job. And then multiple baby mothers.
Oh, it's a
You
no.
can't. I could do okay. You got one child by one. Okay, but multiple no.
Okay. I like that mannerism. Gotta respect. You respect yourself. I know you're gonna respect me.
Hmm.
You gotta work because I got something going on. You gotta match over here what we got going on, what I got going
Hmm.
on. And then I don't need all that drama.
Yeah.
I don't need that drama. Okay, I like that. So give me two non-negotiables when we're talking about friendship and sisterhood because
Hmm.
community is very important.
Hmm.
You gotta have, I mean, you're not an island. You can't live life on your own, but
Yeah.
you gotta have some like-minded women that
Hmm.
supports, you in every season of your
Hmm.
life. Give me two. Give me two non-negotiables.
Um. Who said at my door? They knocking hard.
Oh Lord. Y'all hold on. We didn't had this before. But I'm gonna tell y'all while she's answering her door, I'll tell you two non-negotiables for me. So I'm married. So
Okay.
I'm gonna just do friends because I mean it's been long. Okay, so when it comes to friendships, I feel like for me a non-negotiable is I can't be around nobody that don't know how to take accountability.
Hmm.
Somebody that's always telling you what you should do versus they're not doing it in their own life.
Yeah.
So accountability. And I want to be around people that have um some drive,
Hmm.
instead of kind of it's always the same thing, the same cycle, the same woe is me. You got to be driven,
Right.
So that's two of mine. So okay,
Mhm.
we're back. Go ahead.
Mine would be if you're always negative. I don't like a person who always negative or you my friend, we need to speak life into each other. We need to be positive about things. We need to
Yes.
uplift each other. So if you're a negative person and every time I see you, girl, you just I'm like you drowning me, you're draining me. I can't do it. I can't have a person who drains.
Yes.
And a second would be uh you have to want you want a relationship with God just as much as I do.
I love
Like
that.
the relationship. So those two.
I love that. I love that. And again, 24. My goodness, that's a lot of wisdom there at 24. So if you had to tell your former self,
Hmm.
um, when you look back over your life and you be like, I always knew I was gonna be good. I knew it. In my Nora, I knew I was gonna be all right. Despite the circumstances, despite the situations, despite the decisions, I
Hmm.
knew I was gonna be all right. Looking back now at 24-year-old Bree, what would you tell 18-year-old Bree?
I would tell myself, uh, give you grace.
Yeah, give yourself grace.
Your AC. You want to put it in house?
Cause we're not gonna always
You need free
get
of
it
it.
right
You need free of
the
it.
first time, the
It's
second
all good.
time, maybe not even the third time.
Yeah.
We're not gonna always get it right, but give yourself grace because eventually you're gonna get it
Mhm.
right. Okay, I love that.
I like the window.
So, what can you tell a young lady that may be kind of where you were? Um, maybe the situation is not as the same exactly like yours, but there may be some struggle with anger, there may
Mhm.
be some struggle with unforgiveness, there may be some struggle in toxic relationships, there
Mhm.
may be some struggle somewhere. What advice could you give her?
It gets better. It gets better. Also, the advice I would do is um once you have to look back. I feel like you have to look back over your life and just find those find those small miracles, find those small things that you can look back on and okay, I saw you guy, you did that. I saw you move. Oh, one time when I had the a GMC, I had a GMC. I was on my way to Natchez one night. Tire busted. It's flat. So I'm on I-49 on the side of the road. Tire flat. I ain't no tire shops open or nothing like that. So I left the car there. Okay, friend came pick me up. Good. Then next morning, um, we went to go change the tire, get the tire changed, put the tire in there. And by the time we went to go change the tire, the car had been totaled out. This man fell asleep on the road and he hit my car on the side of the road and it was total.
Mm,
And then after he hit my car, he hit a tree.
mm,
And so insurance at that time I wasn't working. That time I wasn't working, savings running low. I'm 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 actively looking for a job. I don't got no what we gonna do. So when that car got totaled, okay, I'm just like, dang, I don't got no car right now because that one totaled. So dang, what I'm gonna do now? Got the money from the insurance company. I feel like, okay, you don't have a job right now, but I'm finna allow this to happen, and that check just paid your bills coming up. So it's just like you gotta look. Okay, you allowed this to happen because you knew you had a plan. You were intentional. You knew what you was doing. So and I'm just like, when I look back and I thought about that, and I was like, dang, if my car never got totaled and I never got that check from the insurance monies from that, how was I gonna pay my bills coming up? Like, I'm thankful that happened. Like, you have to look back on small things. I would. That's the advice I would give somebody looking back. Just look back at your life and pick out the little miracles that God did for you.
Because if he did it once, he can do it again.
Again,
Absolutely. That is beautiful. Bree, this has been so amazing. Like, I
yes.
know that it had so many people saying so many things, and I wanted to kind of pull them up, but we were having a discussion. You said you dropped a lot of nuggets, and
Mhm,
I hate to keep bringing up your age, but at 24, it just kind of amazes me how how much wisdom you have
mhm,
in everything that you went through. So by the time you're 30,
mhm.
in 6 years, what's the plan? Where do you plan to be?
I want to be married, one kid. Um, I done already built a house. I want to build, like I want to make my own floor plan and yeah, married, child, house, just live.
Stability
Hmm.
and living life out loud in color.
Hmm.
Um, we're gonna talk about one more thing, and we're gonna let the good people go. So you mentioned that you were in law enforcement. How did you choose that career? Because I know like that's a big. I mean,
Yes.
military law enforcement. I get it, but how did you choose to be in law enforcement?
I used to always joke about it when like with my friends. I'm like I'm gonna be a police officer, and my friends will laugh and like we'll just laugh and joke about it. And when I moved to where I live now, I didn't have a job coming here, and I was looking for jobs and I was getting interviews, and I would go to my interview but I would never get a call back. And it's just like, well, dang, I know I'm qualified for something with my resume. And it's just like, why I'm not getting a call back for nothing? And so I went on the website for law enforcement and I was looking at it, but I didn't do nothing. I was like, I don't know. But I just looked and I just scrolled and I was reading about it and stuff. I didn't do nothing. And so went to check my mailbox the next morning, and believe it or not, at my mailbox it's a officer, and he was checking his mailbox, and he was in his uniform getting ready to go to work. So I'm just like, okay, I ain't never seen no officer over here checking my mailbox before, and I'm just like, okay, I think it's a sign. So I went home, filled out the application, and a recruiter called me the next day, and we started the process. And it's so crazy. I got that job. I got approved, accepted everything, but I couldn't even get a job at Village. And it's just like every rejection, it could be bringing you to your,
Where
what you
you're
need to
supposed
be
to
in.
be.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you could have took the rejection personal. You
Hmm.
could have said, Lord, I got bills. I just moved. I don't have no job. What I'm going to do? But then
Hmm.
you told us, you said, I look back
Hmm.
and I find the small miracles, his presence. I remember the last thing that he did for me, and that helps me
Hmm.
to move forward. That helps me to remember that God, you're everywhere, and
Hmm.
you can do nothing. You can do everything but fail.
Yeah,
So that's just awesome. I look forward to seeing what the next version of you look like. I
it
look forward to
is.
see how you take your career and pour back into
Hmm.
the previous version of you. Um, I know I said that was going to be the last thing, but I want to say this too, because a lot of people look at you and they see the beauty, they see how you live your life, they see how you show up on social media. But what they don't know is this. They don't know the story. They don't know the trials, the tribulations, everything that you had to go through. What do you say to a woman who look at you and prejudge you? What do you say to her?
Mm, like if a woman being nasty to me, like
Like if she just look at you and she'll just be like, she makes the assumption that she don't like you. She don't know you,
oh,
but she don't like you just based off what she see. What do you
mhm.
say to those type of women that don't get to know you but already have formed an opinion?
Are you okay? But I'm really like when if a girl's nasty to me or got an attitude towards me, I still act like a lady. Like I still treat her with like I don't. I'll come into the room. Hey, how are you doing today? But I can feel okay. She looking me up and down, but I'm still gonna be respectful. I'm not gonna let what you feel towards me. You don't even know me. You change how I act as a person.
Are you okay?
You okay?
I love that. I love that. No, and you shouldn't. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we
Hmm.
do. But I'm a girl's girl. And I really feel like as women, and I say it, it's, I mean, I regurgitate it all the time. We have more in common than we don't.
Hmm.
I think the thing that we miss is the conversation, is the connection, is the community, because
Hmm.
we don't give ourselves a chance. And I learned this about women. Those same women that'll look at you and they'll prejudge you, it's not you that they don't like, it's
Yeah, that's right.
themselves. And sometimes when they look at you, you remind them of everything they're not. And they have
Hmm.
a problem with that. So I learned not to take it personal, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
use that one. Are you okay? I like I like that. Well, y'all, this has been so amazing. Bree, you dropped so many nuggets. I thank you. I
Hmm.
don't take it lightly that you allowed us to come into your life and share, a piece of your journey with you. I know that it's not easy. We talked about this even backstage. It's not easy to come and sit before the world and tell your story. And when I had to do it last week, I'm like, y'all, I don't like this. But I realized if I can't do it, how can I expect other women to do it?
Yeah.
And you did it. Not only did you do it, you did it well. And I appreciate you. Y'all, I thank you guys for tuning in. If nothing else, y'all go follow her. She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. She lives her life out loud and in color. Um, I've been knowing her a long time, so I'm very, 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 very proud of her and the woman that you're
Yeah.
becoming. And I'm glad I get to witness it. Um, y'all, this has been Mirror Mirror. I say all the time that the mirror is just not reflective, it is healing. So if
Mhm.
you can see yourself, you can free yourself. And I just hope that, through my life, I'm being a mirror for the next woman. And Bree, I hope that you continue to hold up your light in your
Mhm.
mirror so women can see themselves. And if they can get just a glimpse of the
Mhm.
healed version of themselves, I pray that that's the woman that they go after. So the next
Mhm.
time they see you, they'll be able to compliment you and not just give you that side
Yeah.
eye. All right. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next week. We have an amazing show for y'all next week as well. Okay, Bree, hold on. Don't hang up. I love y'all and y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for tuning in.